All right, it's 7 o'clock, or it's 7 o'clock where I am. We can't assume where anybody is these days. People are in all different time zones, but it's 7 o'clock here in Kingston time. So I think we'll begin. So let me begin by saying welcome and to introduce myself. So my name is Dr. Jen Stevenson. I am Associate Dean Academic in the Faculty of Arts and Science. And you might ask yourself, what is an associate dean academic? What do I do? What is that? I am a professor, but in addition to being a professor, I also have responsibilities for the undergraduate experience in arts and science. And so that means that I sort of oversee everything to do with the undergraduate academic journey. And that includes everything from events like this, talking to new and prospective students, to helping you with your course selection, with registration, walking you through various kinds of academic rules and regulations. I have a team who does academic advising, and then all the way through to approving degree lists to graduation. So the whole arc of your undergraduate experience. So that's me. And I'm here today to talk to you about this choice between on campus or online and your experience in the Faculty of Arts and Science. But I want to begin with a land acknowledgement. Even though we were all spread out across the country and around the world, it's important to acknowledge the land upon which Queen's sits. And Queen's University and the Faculty of Arts and Science sits on the traditional land of the Haudenosaunee and Anishinaabe peoples. And we are very grateful to live, learn, and play on these lands. Today, we're going to talk about your journey to arts and science at Queen's and the two different paths that you could take. And I'll talk about some of the reasons to choose ArtSci for either option, and the difference between our on-campus programs, which are currently being delivered remotely, but will be delivered in person as soon as public health guidelines permit, and our fully online programs, so that you can decide which one is the best fit for you. So I'm recording this session, and the recording will be posted after the webinar. We're also going to develop some FAQs that come out of this session, and we're going to have time for a question and answer at the end. Okay. So first of all, why choose ArtSci? That's the question for this evening, and I have some answers for you to get you thinking about why you might choose arts and science. Why the Faculty of Arts and Science? First, I'd like to tell you why you should choose arts and science at Queen's and what our on-campus and online programs have in common. First of all, history and location. Queen's is over 175 years old. In fact, we're 178 years old to be exact. And our beautiful campus is located in the historic city of Kingston. Our campus is full of ivy and limestone and is nestled by the waterfront and close to the core of the city. It's only a 10-minute walk from campus to downtown, where all the shopping, dining, and water sports occur, and only a few steps from the waterfront to the campus. When the weather is nice, the students can be seen swimming off the pier. We have a brand new swimming area down right at the bottom of campus named for Gord Downie from the Tragically Hip. The BBC named Kingston one of the greatest university towns in the world, and is described by students as both quaint and eclectic, big enough to provide all the conveniences of modern life, and small enough for students, staff, and faculty to instantly feel comfortable and at home here. Kingston is a home away from home, not only for students of Queen's, but also for those attending Royal Military College and St. Lawrence College. Nearly there are 3,000 students in Kingston altogether. We are a student town, and it is a happening place. Today, Arts and Science has over 12,600 students and they study on our beautiful campus, and we welcome 3,200 students into the class of 2024 just in September. Queen's has been offering remote learning for over 130 years. I discovered this very interesting fact when we started moving to online teaching in an emergency way in response to COVID. And so I thought, how long have we been doing this actually? And sort of interesting tidbit. In 1878, Queen's became the first university in Canada to offer what were called extension courses. And these were offered by the Faculty of Arts. as it was then named. And it was all done by, mail. It was done by letter because radio hadn't been invented yet and the home phone would not be common for more than 30 years. Fast forward to today, we use OnCue, which is our learning management system for our online classrooms, as well as a variety of online platforms such as Teams and Zoom. And Arts and Science delivers more than 150 fully online courses to more than 1,400 distant students every year. So even though we're doing emergency remote online teaching, we've been offering online courses since 2006. And as I say, we've been teaching at students at a distance from Kingston for more than 130 years, which I think is kind of cool. Another reason to choose Faculty of Arts and Science is innovative and interdisciplinary research, teaching, and learning. Queen's has a strong reputation of high quality education, which is based on innovative teaching, research, and learning. We are an integrated faculty, which means we are committed to interdisciplinary research and teaching and to inspiring your curiosity. Arts and Science at Queen's is one of only 5 large faculties of arts and science in Canada. And the idea of being a faculty of arts and science under one umbrella is something that I think is pretty special. As a student in our faculty, you benefit from the opportunity to develop transdisciplinary skills that are highly valued by employers. Arts and Science is the largest faculty at Queen's. We make up more than 60% of the university. We have over 32 departments and schools, and we offer you an extraordinary range of educational possibilities from creative arts like music, drama, film, to languages. We offer 11 different languages at the beginner level, humanities, English, philosophy, classics, etc. Social sciences like geography, psychology, politics, sociology, and physical natural sciences like chemistry, physics, math, biology, and more. Another reason to think about the Faculty of Arts and Science is our community. Whether we are on campus or online, Queen's offers a community like no other. Our community extends to 68,000 alumni who can be found in more than 154 countries around the globe. Our community and culture is based on the fact that we attract and retain people who care, because we've created a supportive environment for all our students, staff, and faculty and alumni. Our graduation rate is 89.5%, which is among the highest of all Canadian universities, and over 90% of our graduates are employed within 6 months following graduation. So question then, and this is sort of the main topic of tonight's session, is on campus or online. So let's talk about the differences between our on campus and our online programs. So as I was saying, now while currently we're offering our on-campus programs remotely, we will be delivering these programs in person as soon as public health guidelines permit. And hopefully that will be soon. And so there are 2 different pathways. So when I say on campus, that is, again, physically present in Kingston when public health permits, but we do have exclusively online programs which provide a different pathway. And these are the 2 differences you see here on the slide. So in our on-campus program, those are 3- and 4-year bachelor's degrees, and there are 2,100 program options with more than 1,600 different courses. So you have a wide range of areas of study from all the departments that I listed. And many courses in the on-campus are blended. So even though students are on campus, some of the studying they do is through their computer online, some of it is in person. So we call that blended. And students are able to take online courses and certificates even if you are on campus. So that's how that works. That's the on-campus mode. And that is, in fact, that is the vast majority of our students are in this on-campus programs. But we also offer online programs. And as I say, we have a special division called Arts and Science Online. We've been offering online courses since 2006. So this is something we're very good at. And these are aimed at students who are unable to travel to Kingston. We typically think of these as being distance students. So if you're looking for a distance experience, then an online program might be for you. So these are 3-year bachelor's degrees, and you can choose from 6 different online degrees, 6 certificates, and over 120 online courses. So those are much more much more specialized. All courses are fully online. And then as it says here, students who are in this online degree program do not take on-campus courses, regardless of whether they live in Kingston or elsewhere in Canada or around the world. So there's two different streams. So for students who can come to Kingston and who want to come to Kingston, are able to participate in an on-campus experience, or students who are studying at a distance for whatever reason. Okay, so that's how that works. So how will you apply to these different programs? So let's begin with on-campus admissions. For those students who wish to study on campus, applications are submitted through what we call OUAC, Ontario University's Application Center, through their website. And there are different admissions categories. So Canadian high school students, international high school students, and then students who are transferring from other university or college programs. And the requirements for these programs are competitive, and they vary by program. And the details are on the admissions website. And if there's questions about what those requirements are, I'd be happy to take that during the Q&A. For the online program, for students who are studying at a distance, applications are submitted directly through Arts and Science online website. And again, there's several different admission categories. You can apply to enter into a degree program or being an interest student, and that's another option. And the requirements range from good performance in high school or previous secondary school experience, or for interest students, there are no academic requirements at all. So again, it ranges. What community will you choose? So again, think about on campus. Most students who want to study on campus are coming directly from high school or from a gap year, but we also have mature students and graduate students, and people who have graduated already often come back to take additional courses. For those students who are doing online degrees, and again, as I say, who are studying from a distance, nearly 60% of those students work full-time, 50% have children, and over 70% have never never attempted university in the past. So that's sort of a demographic snapshot of the kind of students we have in these online at a distance programs. The support for both of them is the same, and this is our warm and welcoming Queen's community. We are a caring community, and our faculty, staff, and students are there to support you throughout your Queen's journey. Whether you decide to study on campus or online, we have academic advisors to work with you. We also have peer advisors to give you some coaching and to give you that student-to-student perspective. And there you would have access to campus services like student wellness, student academic success services, and career services, just to name a few. And here I have a video that I want to share with you. This is Maggie. All right, here we go.
The experience at Queen's was unlike anything I could have predicted. It was warm and fun and challenging. The people I've met are like no other people I've ever met. It was over the top. These are my dear friends, and they were with me when I was saying, oh my goodness, I can't do this. And they said, oh my goodness, you can. They stood by me when I said I'm working too long and too hard, and they take me out for coffee or a glass of wine or a walk. And this person here was my history teacher when I was in high school, and she inspired me all my life. Her name is Diane Haskins, and she's a Queen's grad.
There you go. I love that video. I love to hear from Maggie. Okay, go to the next slide. All right, next steps and resources. This is what, you know, if this is for you and this sounds appealing and exciting, what next? For on-campus degree seekers, February 1st is the deadline, but of course you can apply earlier. We're actually already starting to take applications. I heard the other day that we already have 3,000 applications for incoming students, which is kind of incredible for just the beginning of November. You can meet at another, meet a student or sign up for another event. We're doing a student ambassador program. So if you want to talk to a current Queen's student, we'd be happy to connect you. And we have a series of webinars. In fact, this is the first one that I'm doing for this recruiting season. And there are going to be more over the coming weeks and months. And these websites are going to give you more information. queensu.ca artsci, why artsci, artsci/connect, and queensu.ca/admission. And that's an important one. That's where you're gonna get all the nitty gritty details about how to apply and admission requirements. For arts and science online, so again, for online degrees that are being taken at a distance, application deadlines are kind of rolling through the year, depending on which semester you want to start. And information is there at that website, queensu.ca/artsci online. Okay, so that's the places to go for more information. I'm really glad that you were able to join me.